You're about to listen to the award-winning Stuart Pedasso Show. This show is for biologically and emotionally mature audiences. If you should not be here, please go away. We'll still be here when you're mature enough to partake. Mwah!
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to the Stuart Pedasso Show. I'm Dave.
I'm Melissa.
I'm Carrie.
Melissa's back.
I'm back.
Done
I am
with
back.
it. Back from assignment.
Back from assignment.
Back with assignment.
From assignment. You were on assignment.
I was on assignment?
Yes, you were.
All right.
I mean, it was a shitty assignment, but
It was like a good one.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
not
it
at
was
all.
assignment. Yeah.
Um,
Do I want to just
should you
talk about that and get it
you
out of
could
the
do
way?
it quick and
Yeah, because I wanted to sort of get it out of the way.
Yeah,
and
let's
just
do
like
it.
so we can talk about other fun things because you had some fun stuff happening. So let's get my shitty assignment out of the way.
All right, yeah.
So yeah, I haven't been here for about a month. Yeah, my mother passed, and yeah, I don't really want to talk too much about that part because it's personal, and as
Well,
I
no,
mentioned,
people know why you weren't here.
right? Yeah,
That's all.
so I wasn't here. My
Yeah.
mom passed. I miss her very much. I'm grieving, like people do.
End of story.
So yeah, so that's getting that out of the way. But this is one of the things that there's always losing somebody you love sucks so much. But there's always some little things I find that you can realize that are good in there,
Yeah.
Well,
things that
everything. Even I tell my students
Right.
that you can learn from anything.
Right,
You can get
right.
something out of it.
Yeah, and I already am. There's lots of stuff actually,
right.
really a lot. So I was my mom's only child. And my stepfather is still alive. I have power of attorney over him because he has late stage dementia and he's in a home in Syracuse right now.
Okay.
Not my favorite, but anyway, that's another whole story.
Oh, but
But anywho, so, but that is part of what I wanted to, actually, that is part of what I wanted to talk about, actually, now that I think about it. So, yeah, so because of my mother's passing, she was his caretaker. So now this kind of falls on me.
so now you're now the caretaker.
Correct. So I'm the one handling, I'm going to, as stuff comes in, I'm the one handling it. Like I said, I have power of attorney. So I'm only 52. And
And you look fabulous.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, you
And
do.
I felt
I
obligated.
think at
Yeah.
52 is pretty young, especially going through all the stuff I'm going through. I don't know shit about Social Security or how Social Security works when you get older. I don't know how it works as far as people who are elderly and what you have to do, the different things you have to do. I don't know that much about Medicaid or Medicare. I know nothing about Medicare. I don't have Medicare. I have Medicaid, but even my Medicaid, I just get a phone call from my Medicaid person and she's really nice and she calls me and she's like, well, let's see if you can qualify for Medicaid again. And I do because I'm poor. So,
By the way, your Medicaid matters.
my Medicaid does matter, and I am scared of losing
And
it.
they don't
because
have somebody that a consultant or anything, or
They do, which I'm
okay.
going to get to.
Which,
Gotcha.
but real quick though, so I
Yeah.
can. My Medicaid matters is a chant that
Yes,
I have said
Many
100 gazillion
Yes,
times
you have, at
in
least.
protest.
At least.
Sometimes for hours at a time, literally. That's
So, yeah.
I know how people like to exaggerate. No, literally for hours.
literally.
at a
Times.
time. I had a
literally.
T-shirt. I had a T-shirt.
My Medicaid matters.
Yeah.
So my, so I don't know anything about this stuff. I get these letters, all their mail is getting forwarded to my house now. So I get these letters in the mail. And because my mom was starting to lose some of her mental faculties, there was a bunch of loose ends, as far as Arnold, as far as my stepfather goes. And so, like I said, I don't know shit about all this stuff. So I just get these letters and they tell me to call people and I call them and, sometimes you have to call back many times, Social Security. It's just like unemployment. Like they only let you
Social
stay on
Security.
there.
Oh,
they only let you
boy.
stay on there for so long.
Yep.
And then they go, we're too busy. Call back later. Bonk,
Yeah. Oh my God. When you
Yeah.
get hung up on by a robot,
Yeah.
I just
So
want to.
Social
Yeah.
Security does the same
I just want to
thing.
kick my fucking toaster across.
I know.
the
I'm like,
across the
I've been
yard.
I've been waiting here for 25 minutes, and you're just gonna kick my ass off.
Right.
Or they tell
So-
you it's the wrong place. You have to call a different number.
Right. Well, this was pretty straightforward because it's right there on the letter who I need to call. So first I called the Social Security, like the main Social Security office, like the like big federal whatever federal. I got the most loveliest man on the phone, a little bit of a Hispanic accent. I don't remember what his name was. Let's say he was Jose, because he actually might have been. Anyway, Jose was, huh?
Is it Roberto?
No, I think it was Jose actually. But anyway, he was an absolute doll on the phone. He explained a whole bunch of stuff to me. I wrote a bunch of it down. He told me who I needed to call, what I need to do, all this stuff. Just gave me the phone number of the Rochester office. Anyway, he did all that. So I finally, after I'm working, I still have a job and I'm doing other stuff. So it's like I can't, I have to take art classes. So I've got like all these, these
You're
other
bathing.
things. I'm bathing.
Right.
Eating.
Trying when I
Yeah,
remember.
right.
Cooking.
Right. All these things. So, I'm trying to get this stuff done, but
Naval
I also
lint.
have to have a
partner.
life.
Yeah. Well,
So I called. So I finally talked to somebody at the Social Security office in Rochester yesterday. Her name was Leslie, and she was also just the nicest person. Super helpful. Two people. So nice.
you got them all.
Told me exactly what I needed to do. I explained just like I'm explaining, like, look, my mom passed. I'm now in charge of all this, and I really don't know what I'm doing. Please help me. And including I've had like, offering of condolences and stuff, like
Wow.
even and
That's
like
actually nice to hear.
yeah, that's why I wanted to talk about it, because it's a really I miss my mom, and this sucks. But this is what happens to all of us. Eventually, most of us anyway. Our parents are going to pass, so this is what's going to
Sorry.
and it's
Okay, my laugh. I apologize.
That's
You'll know
all right,
why in
that's
a
all right.
minute.
Okay.
When there's a break, I'll tell you why. I
okay.
laughed. I'm sorry.
So we're all gonna have to deal with this stuff
Right.
anyway. So like I'm learning a lot, and everybody I've talked to has just been so nice. So those two people, I found out that the main reason I was calling them is they said without a payee, my mom was Arnold's payee, who got like the money, who handled his Social Security money and all that, and made sure like his what stuff was paid. So I'm like, well, now I have to be the payee, and I find out I don't have to be the payee. I can actually, if the nursing home he's in wants to do it, they can do it. And then I called them, and they were like, oh yeah, we could do that for you. I'm like, great. Then they'll just send the money to you, and it gets paid. She goes, yeah. I'm like,
Easy.
fabulous. I don't have to be the payee. She's like, oh yeah, it's really easy for us to do it. I'm like, great, because it's going to be a lot of work for me to do it. And then the other person I had to talk to was he lost his Medicare because there were some forms to fill out, and my mother did not fill these forms out. So I had to talk to somebody in Livingston County Medicare. She was so fucking nice too. So helpful. Gave me lots of great information. Gave me her email, her phone number. She's like, look, I know this is so confusing to you.
It
She
sounds
was-
like the Twilight Zone.
I know.
man.
She's like,
You
they
know
were
what?
like so nice. Like, this is so confusing. All of them basically said the same thing. Like, all three of these wonderful people that I had to talk to were all like, this is really hard. And unless you've been doing this before, nobody knows how this works. And it kind of is annoying. I mean, it is annoying. So on the annoying part, I'm like, yeah, it shouldn't be this fucking hard. But they know all the rules. I don't know the rules. This lady in the Livingston County Medicaid was telling me some of the problems that happened, they weren't even my mom's fault. Like, my mom didn't do anything wrong. It was like the centers there are supposed to get in touch with her anytime my stepfather moves. They're supposed to get in touch with her to say, hi, Arnold is one of your, she's his care person, the person, I don't know.
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
at the office. It's like, they're supposed to call her and go,
Case manager,
Case
probably,
manager.
yeah.
She's like, call her and go, hey, he's moving. Nobody did that.
Oh, okay.
Nobody did that.
Well, like bad plumbers and doctors and lawyers, you have bad case managers. I know some good ones, and I know some
she
shitty ones.
apparently is not. She's like, she's awesome. She was like on it. She was, look, She goes, I have to do some stuff to get this fixed. She's like, I'm going to have to get in touch with a couple different places. She's like, I'm going to send you the paperwork that you need to fill out. Just send it back in. She goes, and then we can go start from there and figure out what needs to happen. So, and then even the person and that I've been dealing with at the center where my stepfather has also been like super helpful. Like people, there's a lot of fucked up shit in the world. The world sucks in so many ways. But there's these really lovely people out there, and like some of these people, if Trump has their way, could lose some of their jobs, which is
That's a very sad thing.
and that's just a sad thought for me
Yep.
because they went out of their way. The one woman for the Social Security office in Rochester, I was on the phone for like 40 minutes.
Well, my mom passed
Like,
away
people were
just over a year
awesome.
ago.
Yeah,
When I had to
yeah.
deal with the whole the funeral shop, parlor, whatever the heck you call it, and figure out what to do with the death certificate and all of that. People were really nice. I was surprised at how nice they were, and I think I had to call Monroe County, and it wasn't.
Yeah,
I
I
was
don't know.
surprised at how nice.
Yeah.
And with Dominic, and I had to call down to social services to get him signed up, the Medicaid office, and all of that, and. I
People say
think
so much shit about those people.
I've never had a bad. I think
Yeah.
it's the people that are rude to them that they get rude back, and those are
Right.
the ones that give them a bad name more
Probably
times than not.
I mean, you're probably right. Like
Yeah. When you're
just-
nice to them, they're
I'm nice. I'm like,
so
I'll
nice.
just go. I don't know anything. Just tell me everything I need to do, and I'm going to do what you say.
But when I've been down there, you have to go down in person.
Yep,
I've heard people scream and yell.
oh my goodness.
So I think when you are treated poorly, you do tend to have an attitude. But I've never been treated badly.
And there's people who are okay. I'll
Miserable.
Okay, thank you. I was going to say it, and not as.
But you have that
nice,
in every profession.
Is it? No. I don't. No. I meant the people who were yelling.
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I mean, they're probably look. If my parent were to die, and I had to deal with stuff, I'm not going to be in the best frame of mind.
Right.
But I doubt I'm going to be yelling. Right. Probably people who are miserable anyway before their parents died. That just ramps up their miserableness. So they are someone who would yell in public at somebody who's just trying to do their job and doesn't
I'm
have
just
all
trying
the
to do
information.
their-
Right.
Well, I
Yeah,
think
exactly.
a lot of the yelling comes from people that are trying to get something that they're not. That's not the
could
right way to
be.
say it, but a lot of them are when they're being turned away. And I see a lot of the arguing there. I don't know. It's kind of
And I teach their kids. And I teach their kids.
right?
So yeah, that's really yeah.
Today's theme, I'm sorry, real quick. Today's theme was I could give you $1 million. I can give everybody in this building $1 million each, and you'd all complain because it was in ones. And they just looked at me, and I'm like, no, I'm right. And actually, a few of them were like, yeah, we
Probably.
would. Yeah, we would. It's like, yeah, that's how I feel. I don't want to do work today. Well, we're finishing this movie. Oh, we're watching a movie.
Right?
You don't need
Oh
a
my
pencil.
god! No
Right.
way, kids.
Is that the Eeyore syndrome?
Oh no! No matter what we're doing work today. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Eeyore
They-
syndrome.
they're- no matter what I do, they complain. Anyway, I'm sorry. That's.
But
what I
that
was
is
thinking.
that is
So I have
that
the
is
kids.
something that it's funny. The other day,
Kids just do that.
started talking. There were only I think 3 of my kids. I have a class of 7 right now, hence how my program is. I started talking about basically the world. I don't know. We made a comment about Amazon, and I said, "Oh, well, I can't buy from Amazon." And one of my students said, "Well, why can't you?" And I said, "Well." I said, somebody at my other job asked me that, and she was an older person, of my generation. And I had to, I don't know, say it very gently because I just started there and I didn't know the reaction of everybody. And I didn't know how to exactly say it. So I was trying to be very, I said, well, I'm trying to support local businesses as much as I can. So what I'm trying to do is anything I want to purchase, I might go on the app and look at the manufacturer, and then I'll go on and Google what they are or who they are, somehow look it up and try and order from them directly. That's how I'm trying to, support the manufacturer directly. And the woman kind of looked at me and said, I guess I never thought of that. And so my student said, yeah, that's kind of right. And another kid was telling me,
Folks are starting to get it.
well, the kids were way more advanced than any of the adults.
Oh, they
all
always
of these
are.
teens. One teen goes to, and you'll know this, Norman Howard, which is
I know.
a school for disability.
Technically,
kids.
I worked for that conglomerate. For a
Right.
year.
He says 4 different places he goes before he can even decide whether the news he's seeing is accurate. And this is an 11th grade student. And he just started a rant on our present president. And I said, okay, we can't talk about that. It's not appropriate because we're in my facility, could be triggering. So I said, we can talk in generalities. So you can, believe it or not, that's acceptable. So we talked about policies and, how you can support this and support that. And then we started talking about generations because I have a transgender student who was talking about how she had to talk to her Nana about how her Nana just doesn't understand how she can't
Nanas can't
get out of
Yeah, it's
how,
pretty tough
and
for
she
nanas.
refuses to refer to him as he,
Yeah.
and he's transitioned.
Yeah.
And
Nanas,
Nana doesn't understand the depression he went through because Nana had a friend who had throat cancer. Now that's sick. What you have isn't sick. Yeah.
that's nuts.
It's so sad.
So-
So I was trying to explain a generational difference,
So you had your superintendent's day
Yeah.
today. I had mine last Friday. And for folks who are not in the education game, but you were in school if you were in the United
Yeah,
States.
I mean, everybody has.
Well, if you're in
those.
the U.S.
Right. We would get
So
the day off.
the kids get the day off,
get the day
and
off.
the teachers have
And we'd be
some
like,
kind of professional development-y kind of thing. Although, well, okay, no, not getting fired. All right.
Nope.
So, but on my professional development day last Friday, again, I'm not gonna say anything that's gonna get me in trouble. But the day before, the Muckety Mucks gave us all T-shirts to wear on professional day. And I had to leave early for an appointment, so I did not get my T-shirt. No big deal. So I did not have my T-shirt on the next day. There was a couple others that weren't wearing theirs, but whatever. So I did not have my T-shirt. So nobody said anything. Well, until the end. So at the end, we're all getting together for a group photo, and I don't remember. Somebody's bringing up T-shirts, and I was like, "Yeah, I never got mine." And the teacher next to me went, "Oh, you just didn't have one?" I was like, "No." He goes, "Oh, I thought you were just being a nonconformist again."
Oh my gosh. That's
And
awesome.
he meant it about 80% to be funny, but the 20, you could tell there was 20% in there really was kind of a
Like a
dig, a
little
little
dig?
bit. Yeah, a little bit.
Yep,
And I was
yep.
like, no, not this time, buddy. I was just,
Yep.
Yep. Go play with your goats, motherfucker.
Yep. Well, we actually had another section, and ours
Wait a minute, I like goats.
ours was
No,
split up
he
by
has he does have
department.
goats.
Do you guys do it by
Yeah,
department?
that wasn't an insult. He actually has
Like,
goats.
I love goats.
I have
Goats
no
are-
problem with goats.
Goats are so cute.
Do you guys?
Although he brought his goats to school last year.
Stop it.
Nobody can't bring his goats anymore because the goat scratched a kid in the eye.
Oh,
I know.
that's sad.
brought a goat to school?
We had some like field day, and
Oh,
he brought
wait,
his
you
goats.
guys are out in the.
I work in a field, dude.
Yeah,
That's
the boonies,
right.
yeah.
The fact that we have
Isn't that one of the
electricity and indoor
classes?
plumbing
But one of your
is
classes that the kids do is like animal husbandry, isn't it?
not in my program. There is
But
some animal
near there.
services. Yes, there are
yeah.
animal services.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
There was
I think we talk about it on the show
Yeah,
when the
that's-
student showed me a picture of a
Yeah,
cow lung
yeah,
or
that's
something.
the-
yeah,
where
there
it
was
came from.
yeah, because
Please stop doing that. I don't
where
know.
I went to where the type of program that the school that I'm not going to name your school, but
Yeah.
the type of school you were in, the one that was close to where I grew up, the same type of school, there
Yes.
was an animal
Wish they'd have
animal
more of
husbandry or
those.
something in
I
that
forgot
class.
something I have to tell you,
Okay.
but I can't do it on
Because
the
I knew
show.
people who were in my class who were taking that class because they were farmers or because I grew up out in Livonia. People were farmers.
That sounds like
I
an
knew
interesting
farmers.
class.
Yeah.
Actually.
No, that's not
I mean,
my
it
class.
wouldn't be interesting to me. I mean, it would be cute, but I mean, I don't know what I would have done with
Like
it.
that's really
No,
biology,
I just teach the stuff for kids to complain about.
right?
So we were talking about Social Security and stuff. I'm sorry, we got really off track there. Is there? I didn't want to.
No, I mean,
Okay,
no,
all
I
right.
don't know that I did. No, I just. I
That's
guess
fine.
I just
didn't want you to feel that we just.
No, I
yeah.
just. Actually, I didn't really have more to say.
You've been
I
on the
just
show
really
before.
thought-
You know
yeah,
how we roll.
I know.
Yeah.
No, that was. I just think
Okay.
that there's some really
That
good
is. That was a
people
good-
out there in the world that are really trying their best to do the right thing, and I'm just kind of a shout out to those people.
All right. Well,
Especially in a country now where it seems like people are more and more dismissing how important these jobs are. They're really important jobs.
So,
Yeah,
good
they are.
news. Good news. More good news about death, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, with not only your situation and the end of last show, we talked about a friend of mine who just passed away a couple weeks ago, and then since then I've had another in my world, my sphere, another person pass away. I was at my mother's house yesterday, who's not dead, but she is recovering from bunion surgery. She's totally fine.
Oh, Connie.
And she's fine. So I was over there to
feet's
help her.
good.
Yeah, her feet's good. She's doing
Feet's
good.
good. All
She's doing
right.
fine. She it's her word. She's got the good meds. So she's fine.
the good meds.
Yeah,
She's
the good
so
meds.
funny.
So of course, you are not going to get, if you come in with that news, you are not getting out here with all the talk about when she dies, right? Because I've had this, I know, Mom, I know. It's in the accordion file. I know, Mom, I know where this is.
That would have been nice.
I know where
if
the
I'd
launch
had all
codes.
that.
I know where the launch codes are. I
Yeah,
know.
I don't have any of that shit.
I
have
understand,
To,
yeah.
I
So-
have a lawyer dealing with
But
all
she
of it.
did change something and didn't tell me, so I found
Oh,
out
okay.
yesterday.
Well, that's
And then we started going there. So she's still getting quote unquote buried in the same place next to George, my stepfather, and she's still getting buried there. But she is now going to be cremated, and she wants no memorial, no service. But she does in some capacity. She wants a party. And my sister and I are getting
It's like that's a memorial. It's like a party. I
but-
think of a
but
memorial
no,
as
like
a party.
a party. No,
Not at like a funeral home. or
no,
something.
it's going to be at her house.
At her house.
Which will actually then be mine and my sister's house.
Right.
that we have to figure out what to do with. But she does want our friend Peter to do the quote eulogy. Now he does. I forgot to tell him this. He doesn't know this yet, so I got to tell him soon. So
Oh
he
my
can get
God,
working
he's
on
going
it.
to be awesome.
Yeah, well, he might not do it. But no, that's what she said she wanted. So that's fine. I was like, all right, I'll tell him.
I did my mom's eulogy. I mean, anybody who knew my mom, she was pretty. I mean, I'm funny. I mean, that's where I got it from. My mom's side of the family, that side of the family is we're all just like jokes all the time, like constantly, all the time.
Yeah.
It doesn't stop.
My family. Well, we've talked about.
we talk to each other in jokes.
Yeah, no,
right? Yeah,
that's how you do
Yeah.
some folks. My family, we've talked about when my
Yeah.
stepfather died and the really just bizarre shit that happened.
Yeah.
That was really in a good way. In a
Right,
good way.
right. I mean, my family's no different from yours.
Right.
Yeah. Shit, where was I going with this? God damn it.
Good jokes at the funeral. You did the eulogy.
Oh yeah, I did the eulogy. So my mom's. I did crack jokes. People did laugh.
I don't. Okay, so here's now this would not go for
I
my
did
mother.
also say the word tits,
Sorry.
not meaning to, but it was pretty funny. Everybody else laughed, and I said, and I laughed. I went, I
Was
just
it-
said tits, didn't I?
Was it in a sentence?
It was. Instead of it's, I said tits.
Oh, I thought you actually mentioned tits.
And I had
Oh, it was an
kind-
accidental tip.
It
Oh,
was
yeah,
not
yeah.
a men. It was not.
Oh,
meant
I
to
understand.
be.
It was a typo.
And
It was a typo.
It wasn't even
We
a
did-
typo.
It was a tongue typo.
It was a tongue
Tongue
typo
typo.
because I did write the eulogy. I mean, I did type it out and I did have it all in front of me, but
Oh, I was.
it was sort of funny that I
the
did
teleprompter.
I did say tits.
Fuck you, San Diego. Is that what you? Oh my God! If I do my mother's eulogy, I'm solely ending with "fuck you, San Diego."
Oh my God!
That would be hilarious.
I think you should.
For those who don't know, it's from Anchorman.
A great movie. You should all see it. If you haven't seen it, you should do that.
So there was I don't even remember the name of the radio show. It wasn't a morning one. It was like an afternoon drive time, but it was like a morning zoo kind of thing. I can't remember the name. They came up with this thing called for a eulogy for someone who's a real asshole, a fuck eulogy. Isn't that an awesome
Fuck
term?
eulogy?
A fuck eulogy.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, so if you would do someone's fuck eulogy, you would say what a bastard they were and how much they sucked and
Ooh, okay.
fuck eulogy.
Wow.
So
There's
if you
so many people that probably
Oh, they
deserve
deserve
that.
a fuck eulogy because I think they were talking about like somebody famous who was a dick. I can't remember who it was, and they as they were doing their banter, that term "fuck eulogy" came around. Someone just came up with it, and it became a regular. I can't remember the name of the show, but anyway,
Somebody like Rush Limbaugh.
yeah, he would get a fuck eulogy.
He would've-
Absolutely,
Yeah, he would have had a fuck you.
yeah, no question at all.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
So, we wanted
I
to
don't
get.
care that he's dead. He sucks. You still suck.
Oh yeah,
You're
no.
dead and you still suck.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
So I do have a bit of show news. That's kind of so we're not going to get into this too much because I was getting a little worried that we were talking about it too much ahead of time. But we do actually. It's like 3 weeks away.
Yeah, it's coming up.
The Rochester Erotic Arts Festival.
Good times.
We, if you're going to come and hang out with us at the
you're gonna
Rochester
come.
Erotic Arts Festival in Auburn, well, we're going to help you come because we are going to be getting another package. I can do this all day.
Yep.
From our friends at Empire Labs. And so we will be doing more raffles just like we did last year. I do not know what's going to be in this package. But I'm sure it'll be, there's got to be at least be a clone of Willie.
At least.
Oh
I mean,
my
it's
God,
gotta
that's what
have
they
clone-
do.
I mean,
That's
like-
what they're known for.
But
what?
there's a There's a pussy one.
Yes,
though, too,
there's
though.
well, actually, I still
you have it?
still have the one up there. There's a clone of pussy.
Clone of pussy, yeah.
There's the clone of pussy that's like art.
Oh,
and then
Clone Willy.
Yes.
It sounded like one word.
Oh, that's right. There's one that's art, and then there's one
that's
you
like
could,
a
that you could
fleshlight
use
kinda
as a
thing.
fleshlight if
Yes.
you wanted.
Yeah. So I don't know
And
what
then,
they're
that's
didn't
sending.
you say there's a
awesome.
bum one too?
They were working on it.
They were working
Remember?
on a bum.
It was in development.
Yes, a
Tough
bum
gig,
one.
man. That's a tough gig.
Oh my god.
It's hilarious.
Hey, Bob, test this ass.
Oh my god.
What do you do? I test products. Oh, really?
kind of
What do you work-
products?
I work at R&D.
like what? I mean,
So Susie, what's your boyfriend do?
Works in R&D.
Yeah.
so I'm just trying to think. Like instead of doing,
he
like,
working
they
on
would
now?
probably have to use
Butt
like,
sex.
Bums.
They would, but I mean, if it wasn't, I mean, I'm sure it's not somebody literally having like
Clone a booty
actual
hole.
Rear
sex,
action.
But
What
but
do
I'm
you
just thinking about like how would they test it? Like they have to have like a dildo and then like probably lube it and like feel around in there, make sure it feels right and all that kind of stuff. Like
I think they have
you'd
to really
Someone would have to
try
fuck
it.
it.
You really think somebody would have to fuck it?
You would have,
Yeah,
wouldn't
why
you?
wouldn't?
I guess so.
It's a tough job, but someone's got to do it, Melissa.
All right.
Okay, you wouldn't even have to pay people. Guys,
I was gonna say,
guys
you're talking
about
guys and sex.
Yeah, guys will put their dicks in just about anything.
You could charge them to do it.
Have you seen the Darwin Awards?
I have.
People have died putting their dicks in
Dixon
stuff.
things. I should not.
They can make money
So
on
sad.
this, actually.
Okay, people fuck chickens. We've talked
I
about
know
it on
we
the
did.
show.
We did.
You know that they've arrested people in Greece of our county for fucking ducks in vans.
what?
My
Here?
ex-husband was a
Okay,
Greece police.
ducks and okay, that's making but somehow that's making the name of the show.
Dang, oopsie.
Duck.
Did I just do an oopsie?
No. What?
Okay. What did I? Was I?
No,
too
you were just
specific?
saying your ex.
I know, I didn't
your
mention any
ex would know
specifics,
that
did I?
for specific.
Well,
Oh
no,
yeah.
you didn't
Oh,
know
the
about
stories
it.
I've heard.
You didn't say like
Oh, he was, and this guy was a regular.
yeah, you didn't say that it was Bill Rylick fucking ducks.
Nope,
in
I did
Greece.
not.
No,
No.
because no one has ever said that Bill Rylick fucks ducks in vans. In
No.
Greece. No one would say that.
No,
Bill?
Bill
I don't even know
Rylick,
who that is?
the supervisor of Greece, would never have been
he
caught
would
fucking
never.
ducks in Greece.
Never.
What?
I never said that.
You didn't. I did, but I said nobody would ever say that Bill Rylick fucks ducks in Greece. Who would say that? That's insane.
Nobody would ever say.
No, no one would even think Bill Rylick fucks ducks in Greece. No, in his own town, no.
Because I remember
He would
the
go over to
first time I
Henrietta.
heard about it, I was like,
He'd
how?
fuck a duck in
how?
Henrietta.
How
He's not gonna
does this
fuck a duck in his own town.
How does it happen?
2 times
How?
over. Well, you know the duck
In
was
a
giving him that
time-
look. That sexy
Why
duck
don't you
look.
just use your
Wah,
hand
wah.
like a normal person?
Apparently,
I
they've
just
got
don't
those feathers.
understand.
Right? What is like? Where does it go? Like, come on now. It's just nasty.
Well, okay. I'm not even saying.
I just I
There's
don't
just
get it.
nothing. What?
I don't
Just
even
watch
have
some
jokes.
porn and use your hand. I don't get it. Like, what do you got to? I mean, maybe a
That,
flashlight or
and
something,
then-
or a fun
and then-
toy, but still.
And then the flashers. The flashers.
Well, if you're
always-
really if you need something that, I mean, at least just get a Muppet. You know what I'm saying? I mean, at least
real.
right. That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's technically your hand. It just has a weird glove with eyes on it. It's looking at me. So sexy eyes.
I'm picturing
Oh
the
my
Muppets on the Muppet Show. You remember they have the chicken, the Muppet chickens.
Oh my god!
Oh my God.
Yes. Oh my god!
See?
That's what I was picturing. I know
Oh my
his
God.
Oh my
chickens.
god!
He loved
Yeah.
This was the late '90s.
Oh my God. You could totally fuck a chicken Muppet. Chicken. Oh my
Oh,
God.
chicken Muppet. Oh my god! Choke the chicken. It's another way of talking about choking the chicken.
Okay, I'm not gonna just carry it really quick, and
Yep.
I will just send you. I'll email you this because I still have it bookmarked.
Yep.
We had a friend on who's a doctor, and she was at a conference, and somebody was presenting a paper on how people who fuck chickens have a higher rate of cancer in Brazil. And we talked for like an entire show about chicken.
It was
fucking.
fascinating.
Yeah.
It actually. I mean, it
Yeah.
sounds so weird. I'm like it. It was
'Cause it
like,
wasn't
Is
just
this,
chicken.
is this serious?
No, yeah.
No,
no.
She
It's
had,
it was
she
a.
brought the paper.
Oh, I thought
Well-
you were saying she brought the chicken.
She brought the. She brought the.
You ate it like that.
No,
It was
no,
like
no,
a
sorry.
chicken.
Manuel
She brought, like, the
chicken.
paper. She brought the. She brought her paper with her.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No,
her-
so I found it online, and I have a bookmark. It's been
Oh
on my computer for
gosh,
years.
That is too.
Yeah, every once in a while I post it. Just that and the Jehovah's Witness video about don't masturbate to 50 Cent,
Oh my god.
which I try to post once a year, which is the best YouTube video ever. It's still the best thing I've ever seen, even though it's now like
messing with
15 years
50
old.
Cent?
What?
Nobody messing with 50 Cent.
No.
No, but
love him.
they have it
too.
lined up to the lyrics. So whoever edited this was just a genius. It was magical, or else it was God itself
gotta see
shining
this.
down. Oh, yeah, I got it. Trust me.
Okay, okay.
Tons of-
Have you seen him when he's on Stephen Colbert?
Who? 50?
Yeah, 50 Cent.
I love
Oh
50 Cent.
God! I thought it was the
I
guy
also love
masturbating.
Stephen
do.
Colbert.
I think he's
so.
great. I know. Anytime he's been on their show, I don't know. I'm guessing that they're kind of friends. Is my guess because he's been on there several times. Every time he's on there, he is like the two
I
of
just
them
like
are
50
so
Cent.
fucking
I
funny.
just like him.
All right, so
I-
Empire Labs.
He's also
just
kinda cute.
so if you're
Yeah,
going,
He's a little cutie.
if you're going to
he's just there's such he's just as charisma.
the Rochester Erotic Arts Festival, we will be there
Or
again,
Riz,
and
as the kids would say.
Got the Riz.
Got the Riz.
we will be raffling off some kind of
Sexy things.
sexy things that who knows? Maybe it will
we
be a
all
butthole
model
this
it
time.
first. No, I'm just kidding.
I did. Oh, this is yours. I'm not gonna talk about this again. But for the show, we did create a clone of Willie. I did do one.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I heard
Years
you guys.
ago.
Yeah, you guys
Yeah.
were talking about
Yeah,
that.
he did
Yeah.
it years with a former partner.
I didn't do it on the show. No,
You
we
gotta
did
do the
it.
bum one.
That
You
would
gotta do
have
the
been
bum one.
awkward.
If they come up with the bum,
Yeah. That's fine. I have to be honest with you. I'm not as
we should do
interested.
3 of them. See no evil, hear no evil. See
Well, I'm not interested if it's just like the one that's still on the shelf here. I mean, that was just the one. It's just the shape. It just sits there. Like I was gonna get one of those dish things at the Dollar Tree. What you put a dish on? What are they called? Dish
It's an easel.
dish easel.
No, it's called an easel.
an easel that you put it on. It,
Yeah,
it
but doesn't that like a
displays.
dish rack or not a dish rack?
It's called an easel.
It's
that
called
you
an easel.
display.
Oh, that's not okay. I thought it was something dish oriented. But anyway, my point
no.
is okay. So
I do display. It's called an easel.
all
It's
right.
an easel, just like for a painting. It's an easel that holds.
So this
the
would be a
painting.
vag easel then.
Yes.
A vag.
All right. Well, so I'm not interested
Just
in
like
like a.
veggies.
Vagisal.
I'm not interested in a
trademark.
booty hole easel.
Booty hole.
Yeah, I don't
Sounds
want.
like a song.
Right. I don't want.
Somebody wants that, but
No.
you wanted. Well, I mean, you wanted your lovely wives, which makes sense.
Booty
Well,
hole
I'll take
on an easel.
applications.
Sorry. Ooh, next skit. Sorry.
I don't. What application?
Booty hole on an easel.
Interviews. I'll interview people. But we'll do it on Zoom. He wants to be my booty hole model. God damn it! I got too many names here.
Booty hole model.
Booty hole model. Son of a
Ooh, I'm
bitch.
liking that one a lot. I feel like, yeah, booty hole's a good one anyway.
Oh, well-
anytime you have that. in a
Well, I've
title,
told
it's
you the
good.
booty hole story, didn't I?
There's probably so many booty hole stories
you're
you and
right.
I have chatted about.
Well,
over
Carrie
the
probably
years.
has heard the booty hole story.
Okay, I'm
So
like,
I
there's
was
probably so
I was
many.
teaching at this local institution for wayward children,
Okay.
and I was doing 8th grade
Okay.
inclusive classrooms.
Is it a
special ed.
compound word?
Yep. And right towards the end of the school year, they were like, "Look, we got this new student in, and we don't have any other place to put him, so he's going in your class." And he's like 5th grade. I'm like, "Dude, I don't teach elementary." He's like, "Look, I just need you to finish the school year. There's like 6 weeks left. Figure out something to do with him." Great. So all my 8th graders are doing their complaining about their shit, and I got this one little 5th grader, and he's this little black kid from the hood, and whatever. I grew up in the hood. It's no, like I'm not saying that like whatever. I'm fine with him, but he's still feeling me out kind of. He's not quite sure this white guy, and why is he? He's still
Right.
kind of. So we're doing some science, and I look
I
up.
mean, you are the devil.
Yeah, well, this one, yeah, go. So, I'm looking up the curriculum. Okay, we're doing some bio. So, what materials do I have? I just happen to have the first thing we're doing digestion. Okay, so we're going and we're doing all these things, and we get to the anus. That was a weird sentence, but we get to the anus, and he's like, "What? I don't understand." And he's like, "Really?" He's like, totally not getting this, and I'm just waiting, and he's like, "So," I'm like, I look at him and I stop and I go, "Booty hole."
Sorry.
And he's like, he's not. He said to me, wouldn't stop laughing for 20 minutes. He goes, "I've never heard a teacher say booty hole before," and he could not
sorry.
look at me the
bet.
last 6 weeks
I bet
wouldn't
he
laughing
I bet he couldn't.
because he never had a
either.
teacher say booty hole.
You know what? You know what's awesome? That guy probably now.
Yeah, he's
tells-
totally an adult.
You
now.
know,
He's,
yeah,
he
adult.
is.
And
He's
he's
an adult.
probably not intimidated by teachers anymore.
Yeah.
I know, and he probably tells
That's
me, he's like,
awesome.
let me tell you about this white teacher I had who said
Because
booty
you
hole.
only say booty
Oh
hole
my
in the
God.
hood. You
No,
don't say booty
you
hole
don't.
in
And if you
Greece
do-
or Henrietta.
Right.
But if you do, you get a lot of respect, I think.
No, I meant kids
I
even
just-
then.
yeah, I just love the
kids
idea.
Kids in
I-
the suburbs don't say booty hole.
Right.
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 I just love the
Right.
idea that guy is
It's
he's an
not-
adult and he's probably telling people that story.
Not something they'd expect coming out of your mouth.
Right.
At all.
Totally.
Exactly what
Absolutely.
I would say.
So,
Yeah, of course he couldn't look at you after that.
well, he did, but he would laugh his
He would laugh.
ass
I know.
off.
I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
thinking, of course he did.
Well, I got a pretty good story from work. I had a kid who's he's doing some art stuff. You might appreciate this. He needed a smudging tool in my classroom. I'm like, okay, we can figure this out. I can't go anywhere because you need an escort, and he had nothing else to do. And I'm like, okay, let's go in my closet. I got a thing of supplies. We're like, okay, put a pencil, and it's got to be more fabric. I go, okay. I'm like,
Can I guess?
pad. Nope.
Oh.
We used a tampon.
Oh, okay.
Freaking
Ooh,
worked.
good idea.
You were
It
close.
worked.
I was
Here he
close.
is, this
Would work.
boy.
I was
With a
close.
tampon.
I was close. I was
Would
going to
work.
guess something else.
Yeah, that's
What
totally,
were you
that would
gonna
totally
use?
work.
Well, okay, maybe I
Use
just
the applicator
misunderstood.
as a holder.
Oh, see,
I mean,
no.
I smudged with my hands, but he's probably classier.
All right,
than
well,
that.
see.
He had
okay.
really long nails.
We
He
both.
had just done.
Oh,
Okay,
He didn't
so
want to mess with
Melissa,
his nails.
you know how not artistic I am, and so I
Right.
had it different when smudging.
What were you gonna-
I was gonna say because it is hospital oriented. I was gonna say speculum.
Well, we're not.
No, I understand now. I understand as you were talking about smudging, and now I understand what you were talking
We
about.
couldn't leave the classroom.
Okay.
I couldn't leave the.
Well,
Yeah.
it's still a hospital. Huh? You could have a spare speculum laying around. Who knows what the cleaning crew does when they're
True,
when you're not around?
true,
I
true.
don't know.
But I'm like, hey, I thought
Who
it was
might have
pretty.
judged?
I think
I
that's
thought it was
pretty
pretty
clever.
ingenious.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, absolutely, no
Like,
question.
hey, it took it out and used it. He's like, yeah, I can
Now,
just
all you guys want to put teachers down. See what we got to deal with?
See?
Booty holes and
See?
tampons.
talk about ingenious, you know.
That's kind of a.
I-
That's
and
totally
I
a
said, hey,
MacGyver.
I-
That's a MacGyver
And that's
moment.
exactly what I told him. I said,
That's
hey,
a
I've been
MacGyver
always
moment.
called in my family. I was always called the MacGyver.
Yeah,
My,
that's a
I used to
MacGyver
drive my
moment.
brother
Yeah, that's a
crazy
good
because
one.
I
I was
never
called-
followed the rules. I
I was
never.
called MacGruber.
I was called that too. That too. Said, but
MacGruber.
I could fix just about anything with some duct tape and some ingenuity, man.
And Mr. Radius, why do you have a clone of Willie in your bag? Well, I clone of booty hole. Whatever.
Never know when that comes in handy.
It's got to be clone of booty, probably.
It's gotta be
Yeah.
clone of booty.
I haven't been to
because
the
it sounds
website.
cute.
Yeah,
Clone of
yeah, that's what I'm
booty.
saying.
I know
Booty.
that
And
sounds
syllable
cute. I know. I think
wise.
booty's
Clone
a
of
cute
booty
word.
hole. You gotta hit the
Yeah,
hole.
no, you can't because it doesn't. It's too many
It's too
syllables.
many. It
It's
is
too many
too
syllables.
many.
It's too many syllables. It's got to
No.
come off. It's got to come off the tongue.
Clone of booty.
You know what I'm saying?
Clone of booty.
Yep,
You know,
I do.
Booty hole.
I see. What
That's right. Booty hole.
because we're
Booty
talking,
hole.
talking about
Booty
the booty
hole.
hole. It's got to come off the tongue, right?
Booty hole.
You know what I'm saying?
Booty hole.
Good times. All right, here's something that's not sexy, but I want to talk about this because I don't remember if Carrie and I mentioned it last because we did our show last Friday, and then the next day I was participating in the Rochester St. Patrick's Day Parade, which went awesome.
Yay!
I gotta say so, but I want to because I want to get to the funny part. Well, there's a couple funny things, but we get there, and now if Rochester, I dread the St. Patrick's Day
Yeah.
parade for a few
For the most
reasons.
part,
One,
yeah.
a lot of drunk people.
Yeah.
Nobody needs that. I don't even like me when I'm drunk. I don't want to be around other people when they're drunk. Well, no, you're cool when you're drunk.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I know.
My
I'm not
friends
other
are cool.
people.
but
delightful.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
knew
yeah.
you weren't talking about
Yeah.
me.
So, and it's Rochester in March, which sometimes it snows, sometimes it's a cold rain, sometimes it's just a really bad cold wind, and this
And
was
sometimes
good.
it's 70 degrees.
It was a
We have
beautiful
no idea.
day.
This
wasn't it?
it was, but there was like a 10-minute cold rain spell that kind of
Yeah.
annoyed before we had kicked off while we were waiting
Yeah, there
around.
was. Yeah, I was.
And then
working
it
at
stopped,
this,
and
the
it was
bakery.
awesome. So here's actually this is kind of a political thing, but let me. So I went with the Green Party of Monroe County. I signed us up, and then once I signed us up, and I had written, they have you write this mini script. So when you go by the reviewing stand, whoever has the microphone says, "And here comes the Rochester buttholes, and they like the buttholes and tongues and chickens, and they fuck chickens and whatever." It says
Whatever you
welcome.
do.
Right. So I just made that all up. So
Right.
I know you couldn't tell. I wanted to make sure you knew understood. I just made that all up. So I wrote it down, and then right after I submitted it and we got accepted, I was like, oh, well, I've been hanging out with a lot of folks who have been doing protesting against genocide. I'll just, because we're the Green Party, it's not like we're going to be, and I also know that the struggle for Irish unification really is connected to the struggle in Palestine right now. In fact, Ireland has really been supportive of Palestine. So I was like, this just made sense. So not only did
I
get,
didn't know that. That's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah. So not only did I
I can
get
see why, though, now that you're mentioning
a
it.
handful,
It does make sense.
usually we if on a good parade we'll have maybe 10 greens. I'm thinking maybe I'll get another 5 or so. We had about 50 people in our group.
Oh, that's so amazing.
And
I
a few
love
days
that.
before, there was you won't know the local reference, South Wedge Mission, and we did an art build, and the banners and the sign. I'm telling you, man, these Marxists know how to fucking make a banner. I will say that much.
Well, a lot of them are probably artsy people.
Yeah, and so we had this huge group, and my campaign wise, it went absolutely. I don't have lit yet, and I'm in the process. Part of that thing we were talking about before the show. So, but I did. I have had, hence they had, business cards. I got rid of over 400 campaign business cards.
Oh, wow.
Just before the parade kicked off, I had the list of who was there, and I'm going to tell you something really fucked up though. But so I went through the list of who was there and made sure I hit the unions, I hit the news media that were in the parade, I hit all, and I'm just giving out left and right. And do you know who was in the? I don't mean at the parade. I don't mean watching the parade. I mean in the parade.
Is it my neighbor?
Nope. Well, unless your neighbor does this for a living. It was actually ICE and the Border Patrol. Like in the parade.
So I was going to ask you about something.
What?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
you know who my neighbor is.
I'm blanking. Oh, she was in it too, but that's for
That's
yeah.
not who I'm talking-
Yeah, no. But ICE and the Border Patrol was in this, and so I made a thing about this and about how like
Oh, I do not love this
right.
at all.
Well,
I have no
mean,
idea.
It's so ironic because the organizers,
Here?
yeah. So like they're supposed to like this is supposed to be about Irish culture and Irish pride, and in the late 1800s and into the 1900s, the Irish were the hated immigrants.
Yeah, they
We
were.
tried to kick them out, and then ironically, that's why there were signs. You can go on
Yeah.
the internet and look up, and there were signs for places for jobs.
Irish.
Irish need not apply.
But if you talk to the Irish today, they say, yeah, but.
I would still think that organizers would know the history and
They
the
do,
irony.
and they don't care.
Well, then
They don't
anyway,
care.
Well, and so I believe it was ICE. They had no markings. It was totally
They did,
black.
but
and
did you
everything.
see who was just
Wait, oh,
recently
just-
deported, though?
Yeah. I had somebody. I believe it was from ICE, but it was some law enforcement. Give me the finger. So that was awesome. That was a good day.
Good for you.
Yeah, that's right. I was pretty
Oh my
proud.
God, you got the finger and
Yeah,
everything?
Yeah, he thought he was being slick. He was like with his hand out the window and just like this. I'm like, hey, I see your finger. Woo!
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Dick.
I know. I'd feel pretty good
I
about that
would.
too.
So we did the parade, and this is real funny. So when I put down, when we signed up, I was being hopeful, and I said we'd have 20 people. And I did the little Green Party thing, and we are for nonviolence and grassroots democracy and all the 4 pillars and all that jazz and all that. And as we're coming down and we get to the reviewing stand, and the guy with the mic sees this fucking crowd with drums and bullhorns and huge ass banners and chanting our fucking asses off, and I'm running around like I'm a 50-year-old. And
Like I'm 50.
like, I didn't even think that. Should have had my camel toe working too. Damn it! I did not have camel toe pants.
I can. Yep.
I didn't even think of that. But if I had,
God, I love that.
if I tried to do camel toe pants with those pants, I would be in the
Yeah.
hospital right now.
Yeah, don't do that.
No.
Yeah, no.
So, but I mean, this guy, I couldn't even remember. I couldn't understand a word he was saying. He was. I'm going to use this word on purpose. He was gobsmacked. He was like, the Green Party and I guess this is their First Amendment right, and he had no idea what to say. We totally blew his mind. It was awesome.
That's awesome.
And other than like,
So they have First Amendment rights, and so they're gonna just.
other
here they
than
are.
I don't even know if he said my name because my name was in the thing, and their candidate for city council. He might not even. He was so confused. It was just brilliant. And other than maybe 1 or 2 drunk dickheads, everybody was down with what we were doing. Like nobody in the crowd.
I felt that way about the labor, even though it's a much smaller parade. But I really felt pretty positive at the Labor Day parade. I mean, all three of us were there. So
Yeah, so it was pretty
But
cool.
this-
So,
but
I
that's
see you went
even
out with this
better.
fest. Yeah, so what we going to
Well, no, just recently that they arrested this guy who for the pro-Palestinian.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I know about
Columbia
it. Yeah,
University, yeah.
Columbia.
Yeah, and they're trying to accuse him of being a terrorist.
Yeah, no, they have him locked up in Louisiana.
It's ridiculous.
Yes. Yeah.
And
Well, the courts-
they're conflating
Well, yes, and
pro-Palestinian
just
with
today,
terrorism.
as
That's
we,
ridiculous.
As we record this, the courts today said that Columbia needs to knock it off. That they're
But do you think that's why they had ICE in the parade?
oh no, it had nothing to do with the dude from
No, it had
No,
Oh,
not
was
that in
Irish.
particular, but just saying, like, because they had an idea that the pro-Palestinian people were going to be there. Do you
No,
think?
they had no idea because I didn't put anything
Oh,
down.
okay, all right. Oh,
I think they were
I'm
just there
glad.
They were
because
just
they
there
just-
because they're fascist bastards. and
yeah,
whatever.
like they
Agreed,
just want to.
but
Yeah.
Yeah.
but you guys have been protesting for a few weeks.
Yeah,
like,
but the parade
had no
organizers
idea?
didn't
Okay.
know that we were
Good.
going to be doing that. It was just Green Party and
Good, good.
and we're all
Just so happened.
flowers and
Good,
you know,
good.
butterflies.
I don't know. Well, it scares me because people that are fighting for the Palestinian people, like, they're just it's just so scary.
I saw a video on the internets yesterday, and this was in England. A woman was trying to get into an establishment, and they wouldn't let her in because of her pin, and they said they didn't allow political pins. She had a Palestinian flag pin, white lady, just regular like middle-aged white lady, and they
Yeah.
were like, and she was yelling. She goes, you know what? If I had a British flag or
Right,
a rainbow
or an English-
flag,
yeah, then it wouldn't matter.
She goes,
And
if I had a British flag or a rainbow flag, she goes, this wouldn't be a problem. They're like, oh no, we wouldn't. She's like, no, it's
Yeah, it's because it's those, and that's they interviewed somebody, an Irish person. They specifically asked about the Irish. Well, you know, back in the early 1900s, they discriminated against the Irish. Yeah. Well, and they asked them specifically, well, don't you feel a little bit of a kindredness with the people that are? Yeah, but my people did it the right way. They keep going back to the right way.
Some do, but in Ireland, literally, you can see both the government and then just individuals there are really recognizing the genocide that's happening.
Oh, I
in-
agree
yeah,
with
yeah.
you. I understand.
yeah. I think
that.
Irish Americans and
But
people in
Irish
Ireland
Americans,
are not
Yeah,
they're
the
not the same.
And that's okay. And I'm again, but it's
I'm not putting down every Irish because I've got some
Agreed.
Irish American friends
Yes.
who are awesome,
Yes.
but you know,
right. And I look Irish.
You do.
I think
But
that
I'm
people
not.
are
I'm also
conflating.
not Irish.
I
People
have
think I am also
skin
Irish.
I have
tone.
DNA
not.
proof. I have.
Yeah,
The problem
I am
is the
also.
skin tone.
I bet, as the saying on TV, I've been tested.
I've been tested. I am also not Irish.
I unfortunately am very Irish.
nothing
No,
wrong
I
with
am
being
very
Irish.
fortunate. No,
There's
no.
nothing
I'm
wrong
very
with it.
fortunate. I am kidding.
I know.
I don't have
Maybe.
anything. I'm very Irish and German and English, and there's nothing extra fun in me. I call it fun. There's no spice.
So, connecting a little bit, I can make this a little segue as we do here. So, I did do an Instagram reel about this there, and it's so I did mention. So for my campaign, I've had some meetings with a media consultant, and while I'm not able to achieve every goal she set for me, like, dude, there's not going to be 10 Instagram things a week. I'm sorry, it just I don't have time. I work for a living.
Right? You
I
have
got-
a you're
I'm not a
teacher.
content, you're
you're not an influencer.
I'm not trying to sell rice-a-roni on the fucking on Instagram.
How
So,
else can you? What else? What does she expect you to do? 10
10
a week.
Instagram posts, yeah.
A week.
So anyway, but I've really kicked up my game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, considering what I was doing before, which is almost nothing, I'm really doing a lot. And I know it is starting to have an effect because I'm getting haters.
Oh,
Well,
Right.
Ice flipped you off.
Well, I mean, like on the internet stuff.
Oh, you're getting haters.
Yeah.
Oh, that means people are paying
Right.
attention. No, that is a
Exactly.
good thing.
Yeah,
that is a
no,
good thing.
that's what I took it as.
No, you're
so,
right, you're
you know,
right.
somebody like said something. Oh, he wants
Ooh,
something, and it
somebody
had nothing to
hates
it.
me.
Someone made fun of my hairline.
you.
So you know
Oh my
I'm in,
God.
baby.
I know,
am,
I'm like, all
I'm
right.
fucking something. I'm waiting for them to talk about my cellulite.
nice.
tell me to say what you
Yeah.
like.
That's what I'm saying.
My ears.
Come at me, bro.
I know.
Bring it on.
Yeah,
Bring it
that's
on.
what I'm saying.
Pale ass skin. Go ahead. I
and-
know all these things already.
And I have to admit, I'm not going to lie, because I'm still new at this, that my immediate instinct is I want to go, well, yeah, you're stupid, or something like that. So
I know
some
you are,
version-
but what am
right.
I?
Right.
Like, but
But you know that they're doing it
yes.
because you're
or,
getting to
or even
them.
if they're bots, that just means it's driving up my in the algorithm, which means
Exactly.
I'm going
Right.
to see
That's
more.
only good.
So yeah, it's only good. So I'm not deleting them. In the past, before
No,
when I
I
was running for
wouldn't
office,
delete 'em.
I would delete dumb shit, and no, I'm leaving it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just letting one. I could have been a bot,
Because
but
somebody could argue with them.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
that'll just help the algorithm.
right. And so
right.
I did
Oh
respond.
damn! Maybe I should. do
That's
that.
what I did. I did respond once, not because I was really super mad, hoping it would get the algorithm going. But I'm just saying that, yeah. Look, it's sorry, I've had a couple of beers. It's March. I had to check.
It is March.
Okay, I have so many dates in my head right now. I'm
March
thinking. I'm already thinking
21st,
April.
I
So
think.
yeah. So
Is it?
Is it 20th or 20th?
21st,
No,
21st.
21st. Okay.
So but damn, where I was going. I got April in my head now.
Jesus is my mother's birthday.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Oh, okay.
Would have been.
I didn't
Sorry.
get
Happy
her
birthday
anything.
in heaven.
Okay.
Or wherever you are.
If you believe in such a thing.
Yeah. Okay. There we go.
That's what
All
I'm
right.
saying.
I,
Oh,
where
that's-
I'm going.
I know
I
that's
choose
what
to
you meant.
believe that
No,
one.
that's what I mean. Like, I don't
Right.
know what you believe in, so I'm like,
That's
or
not what I
whatever
thought
you
you
believe
was-
in.
Damn, you
I
didn't
was
even meet
not.
her.
I've never
I was
met
like,
her.
how'd you
I've
know?
never met
How'd
your
you
mom.
know?
Did she steal Yo Man too?
Oh, that's a good
I don't know everything
Ba-doom,
you've
boom.
said about your mom. I think I would have thought. I think I would have thought she was really funny.
Oh, she would. You would have had a ball with her.
Yeah, I
don't
like-
you think?
I think I
Oh,
would've
if as long as she
really-
wasn't your mother, she was awesome.
right.
Well,
Exactly.
Or your
she hosts some other people too.
or
Yeah.
if as long as she didn't have to care for you in any way, shape, or form, or married to anybody important to you. Sorry,
or owed you money, or
owed you money, or
Any of that
or you
stuff.
were Irish.
or you needed, or Jewish, and she's appropriated your culture somehow. Sorry, my bad.
Well, she was getting some Hebrew National. Of course, she was going to appropriate the culture.
And she was a reincarnated. Never mind.
Okay, yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
she did a lot.
Yeah, she did a lot.
She did a lot.
She left.
Remember
the trail,
Rayhawk?
She left the trail of tears.
She did.
See where I went? That's
Ooh,
it.
that was a good one.
Yeah, see, I've
Hey.
done this before.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm kind of a big deal on the internet now.
My poor
Yeah.
daughters.
Yeah. So that was So my hairline is. I'm hoping that's going to be a big thing. It's like I really don't have one, dude. I don't know what
Like
you're.
you want to make fun of it, but all right. I mean,
And the funny thing is, no one is talking shit about any of my stances on the politics.
If that's the worst they've got,
Right?
That's
what
awesome.
that's what I'm saying. So good times. I now remember where it's going. So it's March. There's so much. This election for me is not happening until November. So I got so much time to make so many more inroads, and haven't even started real knocking on doors and talking to people and public market and being on the local NPR show and done any of that stuff yet. And this is actually kind of taking off. I think people are. Look, I'm not predicting an upset here because this would be, I don't want to say national news if I were to win, but I'm sure I've said it on the show. There hasn't been a non-Democrat winning in this city in over 40 years.
Well, I will say this is an interesting time in our
Yeah, that's what I'm
country.
saying.
I feel like if there is
There's enough
a time,
people upset
yeah,
with
I
what's
feel
going
like if there is
on.
a time, this might be the time.
I only have to be in the top 5. I
And-
don't
and-
have to be number 1. I can win. It's like, what do you call the person who finishes last in their class in medical school? Doctor. I just have to be 5th.
right.
I don't have to be number 1. I could be number 2, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah.
Is one of the people who is running for mayor, is that person no longer going to? Is that person giving up? That person?
I don't know. If there's been an announcement, I don't know.
Well, she's already announced it.
That she's not running anymore?
no, that she is that she's running for mayor.
Oh, yeah.
But does that mean that she's not going to be on the council
No,
anymore?
so she is not. Okay, so I know. So, okay, so here's what usually happens. If you are, we'll just say city council and mayor, because if you live in the United States and you live in a city, or even if you live in a town, in town board and mayor. So if you are on a board, city council, town board, village trustee, whatever, and you want to run for mayor, if you're not up for re-election as on the board or the council, you don't have to resign. You still have your seat. Same thing if you're like a senator or a congressperson, you want to run for president, you don't have to resign. Many of them do because you can't do
yeah,
both.
I mean, like, yeah, I guess that's why I was wondering how that worked.
So, but she's not up for re-election on city council. So she can run and lose and she still stays on city council. and her seat's not up for 2 more years. So she would be on city council for 2 more years.
Oh.
And that's the same in any place. That's the same, unless they have a specific rule to that township
Town
or
or
municipality
state
or whatever.
or whatever
yeah.
it is, yeah.
So whoever, you don't have to. Now, if you're up for re-election in that seat and you want to run for a higher office, I don't think usually you can run for 2 things.
No, nobody does that. That doesn't make sense.
Does it or can? It could be 2 different things. I don't know.
It wouldn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, I don't
mean,
know
you would
who-
seem if somebody
would be
did that, I would
crazy.
say you seem wishy-washy.
Well, not
like
only that, you're hedging your bets or whatever. I
like,
wouldn't
I-
vote for you for either one.
Right. I mean, like, no, I wouldn't.
So I don't. But whether it's smart or not, I don't even know if that's legal. That part.
Mm-hmm.
But in this person's case, who you're referring to, which is a local thing, nobody else is going to know what that's about. No, she doesn't have to step down. Now she can if she really wants to, really focus. But whatever.
Who knows?
Now I'm just going to mumble.
So there is something I forgot to ask you about. And if this has anything to do with what your position might have anything to do with. So, all those robberies of cars and the Kias and all of that stuff that's going on.
Yep.
Well, we had a third one robbed, and it actually happened right next to my car 2 days ago. One of the nurses right underneath my classroom, which is all a bank of windows, these kids. And this is a nurse who usually has a club on her.
Yeah, my wife has a club. She has a Kia.
And she has a Kia. And literally, this was the first day she forgot to put the club on, and she was actually going out within an hour to put the club back on, and it was stolen within that hour.
Ugh, poor thing. That's
So
awful.
quick thing in case you live wherever and you're not here. So there's the brand name, it's Kias and Hyundais. A few years ago, there was something on the TikTok and some kids had figured out, or somebody had figured out, there's a flaw in the software and its computer chips or system in the cars. It's very easy to hack into them and steal them. Like they showed how to do it on TikTok because free speech, and then because it's the internets and it's TikTok and all the kids are on it, and kids started doing it mostly in cities.
Yep. So
And so
she was getting live updates of where the papers were thrown, and then a picture of the two Kias of the same brand set up line by line. Apparently, the kids are then drag racing them, drive them till they run out of gas, and then they get dumped in the city.
or if because they're kids and they can't drive, they crash them.
And then
Yeah, that
because of the
happens too.
program I work in, we also service the jail. So then we turn up finding, then the other teachers I work with end up servicing the kids that steal these nurses' cars. So talk about full circle.
Yeah. So do you know what we can do about that? So you're asked now I'll be a politician boy. You know what we can do about that?
Yeah,
Not a damn thing.
I know.
And I'll tell you why. And it's not the crappy shit that Republican politicians are saying. It's all because of bail reform. It has nothing to do with that.
No, it doesn't.
They all say that, though.
Yes, they do. And I'm not going to get into that.
No, they want to make money off of jailing the kids.
Well, it's that too, but no. But I'm saying there is no solution to it, and I'll no immediate solution. Even if that wasn't the case, yes, they do want to make money off of jailing kids,
Right.
and I get that.
Because that's their solution is jail all these kids, but that's not a solution either.
Right, but that's not going to work either. So
Right.
here's the reason why we can't. Because not you've talked to these kids. I've talked to these kids too because I've worked in a jail. They don't care.
No, they
you
don't.
cannot scare them.
No.
They have said directly to me that they expect to either be imprisoned or dead in their 20s.
Yep.
So whatever you take away bail, throw them in jail, that's what they expect. So they're having fun with it.
Yep.
They're making a game out of it.
Yep.
And there's also here's a shock. I don't know how many people from Rochester listen to this. There are gangs in Rochester, even though no one talks about it. The police won't let
Really?
the police won't
People don't want to talk about it?
police won't talk about it to the media, and the media never mentions it.
Anymore. They don't.
Yeah, they
won't. We used to, but we don't anymore.
Nope.
They've
I know
gotten
that.
rid
It
of
was like
pins.
iron
Well,
things.
pins isn't gone, but there's no teeth in pins
They have
anymore.
a gang. They have
nothing
a
anymore.
gang unit within the police department here,
right.
but nobody
If
talks
there's
about
nothing
it.
to
There's
it.
Nothing about it.
It has no teeth. There's no bones to it. It's bare bones, I should say.
Well, either way, no one even they just don't bring it up.
Nope.
So,
You're right.
so
I don't hear
these
that much.
kids do not care, and these gangs are their family.
I think they want them to take each other out. I can't prove it, but I think their mentality is.
That's always been
always
white.
been.
But I
white
think now
supremacists
it's-
love it when black people
Correct,
kill each
but
other.
I think now they just let's just sit back, shut up, and let it take care of itself.
I
However, our juvenile detention center is about to double their bed size. come September, which means their plan is to get extra people from out of county, which you know how that increases revenue. We're also building a whole lot of new detention centers. Where do you think that?
I'm
means?
sorry. I'm sorry, folks. We're about to take a campaign thing here. The one out in Rush.
Yeah.
Okay. I need to write that down.
Oh shoot.
What?
Well, that's not. Yeah, they're about to go from 32 beds to 60.
Wow.
All right. I'll deal with that when I have a beer. Well, no, that's not. It can't be a secret. They're just not publicizing it. Like, it's not going to be hidden. They're not putting the beds underground and no one's going to know about
I
it.
know. I know that's not a secret.
There's just no press release on it.
Correct.
Right.
But the kids are being housed in the annex right now, which is right next to MCC. They're going back and forth, and there's overflow everywhere. But the problem is they get more money when you get kids from out of county.
So like I am saying, and I haven't had a chance to say it too much, but I have started to in my campaign, is that, look, you want this one-step solution and you want this to be fixed, go away. You throw him in jail. And actually, that ass clown, I will say
That
his name.
costs us more money.
But
taxpayer
I'll
money.
say his name just because his name needs to be out there. That idiot Marcus C. Williams. Feel free to look up anything he has online. You'll see why I'm doing that and doing name calling. Is like, yeah, throw them all in jail. And when I have asked him, great, so then what? What happens when they get out?
Yeah, they're
And
worse.
Right. And he doesn't
They
have an
learn
answer.
from
I
each
get sad.
other.
The only time he stops talking is when I ask him, okay, then what? And then he just shuts up.
And they
'cause he
make
doesn't have an
plans
answer.
to do worse things when they get out.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
You learn how to be a
Don't
better
you
criminal.
understand? Oh my God, it's
Yeah.
horrible. And you're hardening them,
Right.
and you're creating
So-
there's no mental health support there.
Right. So
which we're trying
it
to
doesn't
create.
mean you do nothing. It means what we're doing is not the right
Correct.
way to do it. And so I'm waiting for that first. I haven't gotten in an official capacity, like with the media or at a candidate forum, on somebody asking exactly about that. I'm ready for it because people want that. Put him in jail. Something that one thing to do, and it solves the whole thing. And there isn't, because it's literally generation after generation after generation of systemic racism. And what the hell do you expect?
Do you know what did used to? I don't know if it helped, but I know when we had North Haven, which was the non-secure detention, and yes, it was kids on pins, but it was a step before. I think some of that helped. It really did help. I know some of the kids that went into that facility did not move on to juvenile detention facilities.
To higher levels. But I'm trying to people.
But it
don't-
got
not
funding got
Carrie,
cut.
not everybody knows the lingo.
I'm so sorry.
It's all right.
But funding got cut for that. There was no more funding for it. So those kids, they were non-secure detention because they were family court. So it was before they got into criminal court. But it was something.
Okay, so we are just about out of time, and we could just do a serious 60 minutes kind of thing on this.
Sorry.
No, sorry, but I do want to end on a higher note. So, booty hole.
Booty hole.
Booty hole.
Booty hole.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I'm done. I like the booty hole. It's good.
You know, entrance, exit, whatever you got.
Whatever. You know, it's
Yeah,
all
do
good.
what you gotta do.
Front, back,
And it's also
side.
really a funny
Whatever.
word to say.
Whatever
So
you're feeling.
that
Booty
way
hole.
too.
Bleached, not bleached.
No, don't bleach. Don't bleach. Just be the natural booty hole. Come on, you don't.
Fine.
Yeah, don't bleach. Don't.
I don't know. I saw
There's
that
no
on a
bleach
show
down there.
somewhere.
Oh no, yeah, there's
do it.
bleach. Yeah, people
Oh, yeah,
do.
they
do,
People
don't
do
they?
weird
Oh, my
shit to their
God.
holes. Don't do shit to your holes, man.
Who needs to look? Come
The
on
the
now.
the,
In
the
the
only thing you
business.
need to do to a hole of yours is maybe get braces. Other than that, you
Ew. Oh, not a booty hole.
no your
Oh,
teeth.
okay.
That's a
I'm
hole.
Like, who wants to put braces
your
on a
pie
booty
hole.
hole?
No.
Pie hole.
Like,
Why
what
would
kind
you
of booties are you looking at?
Your booty hole's crooked. You need some braces
You
for
need
that.
braces on your booty
And
hole. Oh my
now-
God, where are you?
Oh my God, where's my bit thing? New from Invisalign.
Booty hole
Invisalign
braces.
for your booty hole.
Are we in England?
No, I'm
we
trying to
need
write
booty
this
hole
down.
braces.
Write it down. Write it
Yeah,
down.
I'm writing it down.
Booty hole braces.
Invisalign.
Booty hole.
For your booty hole.
Braces for your booty hole.
I swear to God, I almost want to lose this election because I'm not going to have time to write these. I got some serious bits to write. But anyway.
Anyway. Good
All right.
times.
So we'll be back with something next week. I will say this much, and this is kind of like talking as well as doing show. April 15th, right after the Erotic Arts Festival, is when my petitioning starts. And it's going to be, I've already put...
Tax day.
Yeah, I've already put the online way for folks to sign up to help petition, and it's 7 days a week. I'm basically, other than Easter, which falls in there, I've actually talked to some folks. There's nothing I can do on Easter. Other than that one Sunday, I am going for 6 weeks straight, 7 days a week. Like after work, I'm doing door to door. Saturday and Sunday, I'm doing multiple things. And I don't know. We will try to work those shows in after.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Can we
I'll
walk
do my best.
and do the show? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, right. Nobody wants to hear that. Maybe I'll do a hidden microphone thing that you can hear some of these people going, "What? Who is it? What do you want?
Yeah.
What are you selling?"
What are you selling?
Oh, I get that all the time. Who are you selling?
What are you selling?
So depending on my mood, I'll say democracy, or I'll go me. Maybe this time I'll say booty hole.
Booty hole.
I'm selling booty hole.
Booty hole braces.
Only in certain districts. So
Only-
we
no.
won't mix it up.
Be careful.
Yeah, I know.
You
I
might
know.
you might get a buyer.
Yeah,
There's that too.
how much?
All right.
Oh,
Depends on how much.
That's what I'm saying. All right, so we'll be back next week, though. It's
Next
not
week.
April, so we'll be back. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And until then, peace.
Peace out.
Peace.
The insurance company offered me $10,000 because of a bad ass hernia procedure. Corey Bungus and Derriere got me 10 times that. That's like $12,000.
My ass hernia started out as a nightmare, but Corey Bungus and Derriere turned it into a dream come true. 3 years after my ass hernia mesh went bad, I walked away with $60,000 and a dinner with Ann Coulter.
You've never seen an ass goiter as big as mine was. The doctor's insurance company wanted to give me $7,000. Corey Bungus and Derriere got me 23 times that, and a phone call from Rob Schneider. That guy's hilarious.
Your ass is fucked up, and the attorneys at Corey Bungus and Derriere want to get all up in it. We fight for everything you're entitled to, for faulty ass hernia surgery, radioactive butt implants, and single-ply toilet paper.
What's your ass worth? Call 1-800-878-7277. That's 1-800-UP-YOUR-ASS and find out.
That's Corey Bungus and Derriere. We'll make them pay out the...
We'll make them pay a lot.